foot in terms of the projected practice participation. Did not practice was Johnson. Limited was Henderson and Marshall and Paradis with the back and Thompson with the foot. And full were Irving with the neck, Ricci with the concussion, and Trent Scott with the finger. Remember, this was a walkthrough today, so this is a projected injury report.
All right, thanks for taking the time, Coach. With it being Fast Friday, we can jump into questions. And with that, we'll go to Joe Person, followed by David Newton.
Matt, where would you say Stephon and Shaq are?
Yeah, I'm expecting Shaq to play. He's practiced well all week. We're going to go out and test the foot one more time tomorrow, full speed, just make sure he feels good. But I'm expecting him to play. Stephon, we're kind of in the same situation we were last week. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. Have him do some things and see if he's able to go. So I feel very confident in Shaq, and Stephon sort of still just wait and see.
David Newton. Okay, we'll go to Will Palacic.
Matt, in terms of your signing of Willie Snead, it's the first time we've had a chance to talk to you since then. How long do you think it will be before he has an impact with you guys, and what do you think his role will be?
Yeah, I don't know. He obviously just got here today, but he's a veteran player. Has toughness, physicality, played a lot of football, so we're excited to get him. We'll get started, with him right away and see if he can assimilate into the system and figure out the best way to use him.
You won't expect him this week?
No.
All right, we'll go to Ellis Williams, followed by Steven Toronto.
Hey, Coach, I'm just wondering from a mental and emotional side, how is the locker room and the coaching staff doing right now, and what would a win do for you guys on Sunday?
I think we're fine. We expect to have a group of Lions here. Adversity is going to come. Good games are going to come. Bad games are going to come. If that affects you, then you really probably shouldn't be here. We practice hard. We're ready to go. We're ready to play. Atlanta will be ready. So it'll be a heck of a game on Sunday. In terms of winning or losing, we go out every week to win. So I expect us to, go out and play our best. And Atlanta will play great football. They're really a hot football team right now, and they're doing a great job there. So we have to go out and we have to go on the road to a hostile environment and play our best football.
Thank you.
Coach, on a bit of a lighter note, the timing of this game is interesting because it falls on Halloween. I was just curious, since you're going to be out of town, Panthers are going to be out of town, exactly what is the plan going to be for trick-or-treaters at the Rhule household?
I probably should have asked Julie that before I left. She's got the yard all decorated, which is nice. And I know my daughters were sad not to go to the game, but they're not missing trick-or-treating. So hopefully everyone in the neighborhood comes by, and hopefully Julie got the right candy bars for all the kids. We did a staff and players trunk-or-treat last night. It's always fun to see the players bring their kids, coaches, staff, people in scouting, personnel, operations, everyone bring their kids. And especially with our kids right now in the world, the last couple of years and going through COVID and being quarantined and, going to school with masks or virtual. Kids have been through a lot. So it'll be good, I'm sure, to see them out and about wearing their costumes, being just normal kids like we were. So hopefully our house is, like I said, hopefully it's a fun stop. Hopefully it's got the good candy, not the bad candy.
On the subject of good candy versus bad candy, Coach Rivera used to tell us that he had to buy full-size candy bars because the kids knew it was his house, and he knew that he couldn't just stiff them with fun-size candy. I assume you got full-size.
I don't know. I'm actually more of a fun-size guy. I think I like being able to grab a Butterfinger and a Milky Way and a York peppermint patty and have them all be the small ones, so it's not quite as guilt-free. So, but again, Stephen, I'll tell you the truth. Julie runs everything, so I'm not sure what exactly she has planned. But I'm sure whatever it is, knowing her, it'll be pretty good.
All right, let's go to Mike Solarte, followed by Josh Green.
Coach, I have a couple, but we got to finish up on the candy thing. What's the go-to candy for you as a kid? Which one did you want to see in the pumpkin?
You know what? It's kind of controversial, but I've always been a Butterfinger fan. I'm a Butterfinger guy, and so followed closely by Twix, Reese's Pieces. So I got, I kind of have a type there.
It sounds anti-candy corn, though.
No, I'm a candy corn fan too. Even the pumpkins. So
right,
just not much of a toffee, those kind of things. Not my thing.
All right, I got a football question for you. You guys are 2 full practices and a walkthrough in. Any different vibe at practice this week? Has it been the same, or are we starting to see guys develop even more of that edge that you were talking about before?
Yeah, and I always said to be, I talked after the game, and then I want to make sure I say it. I think we've practiced really well each of the last 2 weeks, really each of the last 3 weeks. I think we've gone into games, we've played well. Maybe not this past week offensively, but even the first drive, we moved the ball down the field. We played well early. I don't think we've done a great job of riding the highs and lows of the game, and when things aren't going our way, kind of beginning to let go of the rope a little bit. And I'm not gonna say panic, but start to oh my gosh, we're down a score, we're down 2 scores, what are we gonna do? And early in the year, we were up 2 scores, we're up a score, and just not putting people away. So I think the challenge is the urgency within the game. To no matter what happens, play the next play and not let the scoreboard affect, or the situation affect your mindset. And so that's coaches, players, everyone. And so, really the way that happens is when, a couple key guys, a couple key leaders, a couple key players, they're the lightning rods. They give the energy on the sidelines. They go make a play. Really on offense, it's not really about anything other than executing and scoring touchdowns. When you do that, you have a lot of energy. And so that urgency I'm talking about, I don't think it's been in our preparation. I don't think it's been in our practices. And you heard me 2 weeks ago say it was the best practice we've had. I think it's just finishing games out and closing games out and playing well in the fourth quarter, playing well in the third quarter. That's what it's going to take. And so, to go back to having an NFC South opponent, to go back to playing on the road, to go back to playing a team that we respect like the Atlanta Falcons, that's the urgency. So I think everything's been really good this week, but you got to go to the game and deliver. You have to go to the game and pick a ball off, make a big catch, make a big block, make a big throw, all those different things. And so that's the urgency that we'll have to see on Sunday, and then we'll get to halftime, and then it has to be even greater in the second half. That's really where I think our team's at right now. And once we step over that threshold, we hope that we'll stay there.
Thank you.
Matt, when Reese Davis and also Joel Klatt have linked your name to college head coaching jobs, and I wanted to give you a chance to respond to those rumors, because when you're in college, coaches have told me that that's just part of the process and you have to address it with recruits and you have to address it with your team. In the NFL, is that something when rumors like that swirl, you even think to address with the locker room?
No, I address everything with our team. I address things in college. I address the way we practiced. I address if I make a bad decision. I address everything. Life's too short to be walking around with secrets. You talk, and people might not like what you say all the time, but I talk about everything. So if a player asks me, I don't want everyone to make things about me. If a player asks me, I have one of the greatest jobs you can have, and I left an unbelievable job at Baylor with a long-term contract and great people and a great place to come here because I wanted to. I built 2 football programs. When I say my staff and I had built 2 great football programs at the college level, and I wanted to try to do it in the NFL. And so went through a tough first year, like I expected. We're in the middle of the second year, and it's been back and forth, and we're not quite where we want to be. But this is, you don't get to say that you like to build and then then get upset that you didn't inherit something, right? Like we're building something. Shaq's building something. Sam's building something. Timo's building something. We're building something here right now. So I can't wait to get the job done.
So to be clear, have you addressed it with the team this week?
No, I said I would be willing to. I'd be willing to address anything. I've talked to everybody anytime they have something with me. But I talk to the guys about. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with that. The guys deserve for me to be talking about Atlanta. So for me to be talking about me, like, I think every guy here. I hope they know. I hope every guy here knows that, like, I'm in it with them for the long haul to get this thing done. You know, it really affects me. It really affects me every day when I take out with the elevator and I see like the 2 championship trophies, and I realize like these fans, these people, you know, everybody wants to bring a Super Bowl trophy here, and it's really hard to do, right? So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I came here. I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to fulfill this mission that was started, you know, in 1995, 1996, that so many people have been a part of, and you know, we haven't done it yet, but we're going to continue to grind until we get it. So I'm never going to be a distraction to our team. It's all about football.
All right, we have time for one more. Let's finish up with Jonathan Alexander.
Man, I'm just curious. What would you say is the biggest thing kind of holding Stephon back? Is it still the quad? Is it conditioning and quad, or what would you say?
I just think it's a good question. I think it's just all general return to play. You know, I mean, hasn't played football in a long time. You know, you get out there, you're working to get him back on the field without, you can't do too much, right, to you know, hurt it. And then what's his conditioning level like? And so, you know, but you can't over condition him to get him in shape because you don't want to hurt him. You know, it's the same for everybody. Same bringing, you know, whether it's been Christian or anybody else. It's a very methodical process you have to take to get guys back on the field. So, as I said, I mean, I hope Stephon plays this weekend. But at the end of the day, you know, we won't play guys before they're ready. So we'll see how tomorrow goes and make a decision after that, and then, you know, see what happens on Sunday.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
That's going to do it today.